Hi everyone, it's start of a new reading vlog. So let's just say that it's Wednesday. And I still haven't read. I think I'm having a last week slump. Because I want to read, but I don't feel like reading. So let's see how that is working out for us. Because I do have some books that I should read, but I haven't. So right now I am actually planning out a few videos for next year, because I still have some books to read next year and videos to film, and I need to fill out for both of my channels. I don't know how long these two calendars will keep on going being a thing in my journal, but yeah, I just guess we have to see about that. But yeah, I have been planning a lot of videos. And I don't know why I don't listen to an audiobook while doing it. Since this is definitely something that I can listen to an audiobook while doing. So yeah. I have actually already figured out that I'm going to keep on going with 3 journals this year. But from next year on, I will definitely only have one for every single thing that I have. So it's gonna be some long-ass journal with me videos from next year on, because from then on, I will have all the things. Not next year, the year after that, 2021. You see, big planner ahead, but I need to fill up these first before I think about moving on to something else. So I will use 3 this year, or in 2020. Then the year after that I will move over to only having 1, because we aren't even in 2020, and I already see that like only having 1 would be best, but I kind of got a little carried away and have 3 now. But I think from 2021 I will only have 1, because it's just a little hassle to have 3 from different things. So yeah, but I guess it will be fine for this year. But I think that is what I will do later on. But now I'm going to plan out some more, and I think I'm going to listen to an audiobook, because I need to get Le Cabrador finished, because I've been listening to it for over a week. Or not over a week, I have listened to it like 2 days. So I'm going to plan out in this, listen to an audiobook, and yeah. So it's Friday, very, very, very late, and I still haven't read a thing. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow I will read something. I don't know what yet. I should finish Lock Every Door. It's still quite interesting. I mean, I still have no idea, kind of. I know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on. So I'll continue on with that. I don't remember how far I'm into that. I'm on chapter 1. I'm 44% in. On chapter 41, I have around 5 hours left. So, I mean, we're getting close to the end, and on Magical Readathon, I have at least 3 books left. Hopefully, I only get 1 book next week, but as lucky as I am, I think that I'm going to get a lot, so yeah. But on Monday, I think I'm going to join a 24-hour readathon, just so I can get some books read before the 1st. So you will be getting a 24-hour readathon vlog. It won't be full 24 hours because I can't stay up for 24 hours, because if I stay up for too long, I get a headache. I feel sick. I'm just getting like really, the AMI really hits you, and that is the reason I don't stay up for 24 hours. In my 22 years of life, I have never been awake for 24 hours. I've been awake for 23. But that was an accident. But I mean, that's a whole other story that I will tell on later. But yeah, I'm going to go to bed. I have a video that just went up. It's a little late. It's like 30 minutes late. But my sister was here today for a visit. And yeah, I've not been doing a lot. I mean, I have been like baking some, and let's just say that's too much for my body, and I got really sick. And I'm starting to feel sick again, so tomorrow I just need to calm down and be really chill, because on Sunday we will have dinner guests. But we just have to see how everything goes. And yeah, next week's vlog, I don't think I will start it before Wednesday again, because Wednesday is the 1st, and then we're starting new books, so yes. So it's very late on Saturday, and I haven't read anything still. Basically why I haven't is because, you know, yesterday I had my sister for a visit, and I mean, we do have books in common. However, I do tend to listen to book more fastly than her, and I already have started my audiobook. And then it got so late that I didn't. And yeah, the day before that, I was feeling terrible. And I was baking with my mom. And today, I am actually doing something productive. I am editing my last videos that is going up. And yeah, hopefully those will be going up at the times they are supposed to. I'm on my second to last video. I have around, yeah, it might take me like 15 to 20 minutes to take the one I'm currently doing, and then I have one left. It's really good to see that everything is coming together and that I don't need to think about editing like in the last few days, because obviously then on Monday on my 24-hour readathon I will be able to fully focus on reading. And I heard that the weather is being terrible. I don't remember when it starts. Tomorrow, I think. Yeah, it starts tomorrow, and it will last throughout the whole next week. So we have crazy weather. Tonight it's gonna snow, and tomorrow it's gonna rain, and then it's gonna rain and rain and rain and rain. And to be completely honest, if it first starts to rain, all the snow can just rain away, because obviously it gets super icy, so you can't go outside. I'm not driving because I refuse to drive when it's like that. And yeah, so hopefully everything will be all right. When I'm done editing, I have to see how I'm feeling. I might listen to a little bit of the audiobook, or I might not. I haven't decided yet. And basically, on Sunday, I'm going to do the Magical Readathon prompt, even though I haven't finished them. Even though she said that we should kind of finish the prompts that we are reading. I just think that on Monday I need to have the books ready to read, so that they are all ready to read and things like that. So I have locked every door. I have decided on my Kindle book or ebook. Basically, the one I have chosen to read is called Ethan, by Dale Meyer, because the prompt was read a book that has been written by an author whose last name starts with either T, M, or R. And basically, the one that has written this book is called Dale Meyer. So Meyer is the last name. It's not too long. Hopefully, the prompts that I'm getting tomorrow will be so easy that I can choose a few shorter books for those, because I can't read like a 500-page book in a day. That's not possible for me. And I'm not staying up for the fully 24 hours either because I need my beauty sleep. But we start at noon on Monday and it's to noon on Tuesday. So we should be alright, you know. I think I might like write my TBR and just cross them off when I'm done. So yeah. I also kind of need to film a video. I just need to figure out my TBR. It's really tough because I'm joining a readathon on in January, obviously, and yeah, it's just difficult to figure out the books I'm reading, kind of what to choose, and things like that.
Hello, everyone. I'm back for chapter 5. So let's just get into it and see if we can save Jenny. Probably not, though, but yeah. Another month has passed, and even though you three have tried to uncover the mystery of the air, you did not learn much else. And one sunny morning during breakfast, Professor Sprout announces that the Mandragoras are almost ready, and the victims of the attacks can be healed in less than a fortnight. Naturally, that means they can tell us who the attacker is. So it was agreed in the group to just give it a rest and let the teachers sort this out. The overall spirit seems to lift quite a bit as another day passes without any attacks. There is a little party at the dorm tonight, as a long weekend approaches and many students will be going home for a brief visit. You can't miss a chance for some fun. Hermione and Ron will both go too, but you know that Neville will be staying, and you got plans to hang out with him for a couple of days. You haven't had a lot of time with him this year. What do you do during the party? Sneak in a butterbeer, dance to Weird Sisters, or play a game of Gobblestones. Well, I like dancing, so we're gonna dance to the Weird Sisters. Next thing you know, you finish the late lunch the next day in a very, very scheduled great hall, asking Neville what his plan is. Oh, I almost forgot, but I have to help Professor Sprout in greenhouse with the Mandragoras. Me and a couple of other students are volunteering. There's a lot of work in getting the salt that we need to unpetrify the victims. You look a bit surprised. You didn't know they asked for help, but you'd be more than willing to lend a hand. However, after you say just that to Neville, he turns all flustered and red. Oh, no offense, but it's just selected few. Well, just a few who are very good with plans, as we can't afford to mess this up. He seems very uncomfortable with the implication he just made, so he adds very quickly. Not that I think you wouldn't, but we just have to be very careful, and Professor said that. You interrupt him with a short laugh, saying you totally understand and not to sweat it. It's now nice outside, so might as well walk him to the greenhouse and see if you can help with some minor way that doesn't interfere the process. The greenhouse seems 5 times more chaotic when compared to when you saw it last. Mud flutters every table. The mandrugs seem to have a little snow fight, minus the snow, of course. A couple of students and Professor Sprout are fussing about hurriedly adding more earth into the now half-empty pots, because that was deemed as the closest thing to snow by them. And then you did manage to be a bit helpful, but after an hour of dragging more sacks of earth and cleaning some tables up, you tell Neville that you will see him later and head back to the castle. Okay, enter the castle. Here's Glattenwell in the Chamber of Secrets. Your confident posture slumps once you enter the castle to a faint whisper of the dreaded creature in the walls. You had nightmares almost every night of hearing this bloodthirsty whispering again, as every time you did, someone else has been attacked. You let out a whimper and run towards the general direction of the voice as it grows louder and louder and then gone. Thankfully, you don't seem to be the first at the scene this time. You sneak behind a corner, not wanting to be spotted, and poke out to scan the corridor floor. It seems such a relief when you cannot see anybody. Maybe the teachers got there in time to defend them. As Professor McGonagall, Snape, Flitwick, and Gilderoy are the ones who beat you there. But your heart drops when you notice the grimness in Professor McGonagall's voice. It has happened. A student has been taken by the monster right into the chamber itself. Professor Flitwick let out a squeal. Snape gripped the back of a chair very hard and said, "How can you be sure?" "The heir of the Slytherin, Professor McGonagall," said Professor McGonagall, "was very right, left another message, right underneath the first one. Her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever." Professor Flitwick burst into tears. "Who is it?" said Madame Hooch, a sunk weak-kneed into a chair. "Which student?" "Ginny Weasley," said Professor McGonagall. "What? No, that can't be right. Ginny, but you thought she went home with Ron. It takes another couple of painful minutes for the information to truly sink in. Ginny has been taken. Ron and Hermione are not there. You must help. You're about to enter into the line of view, but you hear the teacher speaking about evacuating the students in the morning. How there's nothing else left to do but close Hogwarts and make sure everybody's safe. You can hear the teachers getting up. You hear Lockhart making very poorly timed jabs at how he would have dealt with the situation if he had arrived earlier. Lockhart leaves with a weird little nod, and the rest continue to speak in hushed voice. Make sure everybody's safe. How can he say that when Ginny's taken? You will have to come up with something, and come up with it fast. In chapter 4, which of the following happened to you? I followed the Spire and Mac Fawkes. Dobby sent a bludger after me. I followed this. But didn't I meet Fawkes too? But I followed the spiders. Didn't I? You allow yourself 10 minutes of pure panic and pacing, and then you gather yourself. Okay, think. What can you do? What do you know? Malfoy doesn't seem to have much to do with this, contrary to what he liked everyone to believe. The chamber was open before. Hagrid was pulling for it, but it was not him. Whoever the monster is, they are deadly afraid of roosters. They have taken Ginny, and you don't know where. Wait, roosters. Yes, let's find a rooster. It won't be easy, but you can do it. Read a book with a bird, winged creature, or feathers on the cover. Okay, that was one. Maybe I guess like 5, 3, that's the most. You have a great difficulty finding a rooster, and then charming it to peaceful sleep so you can actually carry it. You bet you never looked crazier in your life. If there was even a moment you had no idea what you're up to was going to work. But this is that moment. But desperate times lead to desperate measures, and the time is definitely desperate. As you jog back to the castle, you rack your brains for the next part of the plan. Much good will this do if you cannot find Ginny? Hopefully once you find her, you can grab her and get out with her and the rooster back to safety. But where can she be? You know that this all happened for. What was it? It's a legend that happened. The legend says that there was a death. A young girl has died a horrible death, but the very monster haunts the Chamber of Secrets, and she never truly left the castle. What if it's quite literal? What if she haunts the castle? Moaning Myrtle. Go to the Myrtle's bathroom. Don't care about that. Never have you been more happy to find Moaning Myrtle grooming in her cubicle. Now, how do you ask her about the death without seeming like a completely insensitive brat, but also in a very timely manner? In chapter 3, have you chosen to cheer? No, I didn't go to the next party. From what Hermione has told you about Myrtle, the best way to get her in on a good side and get her in a good mood is to tell her something slightly embarrassing about herself. That's just the way she seems to operate. Okay. She doesn't seem to mind, and even looks a bit eager to share her death story. She does, however, get quite uncomfortable and starts relaying on her story in a very dramatic, slow pace. So you have to rush her a bit, which she does not appreciate. At the end, she points to the sink. Big yellow eyes, right there, by the sink. She claims, oozing down to scare you and add to the dramatics. And then casually leaning back to one of the pillars, crossing her hand. That's it. That's the last thing I remember. The sink. The sink must be the entrance. The monster must have come up through there. But how? Can it change shape to fit through the taps? With that, you thought you can lean down, inspect the taps, and notice the Slytherin air. Chapter 3, you discovered that you can speak Parseltongue. Did I? I don't think I did. You have this odd sensation inside of you. It reminds you of another time when you were in the zoo, before you even knew of the true world you belonged to. Then, too, you had an odd feeling of sameness, of familiarity. You don't know what it makes you think that you should be. Trust yourself instinct. Read the first book you think about. Okay. You focus on snakes. Imagine them moving, alive and speak open. But even you can't tell this was just in English. You stand up, take a deep breath, close your eyes, remember the snake at the zoo, and try again. A weird hissing escapes your lips, and you feel the floor shivering. You jump back just in time as the sink seems to be expanding and replacing the tiles below, leaving a massive gap tunnel in the middle. It almost looked like a water slide, but with a 50-50 chance of you perishing at the bottom. Well, it's now or never, and if it's not now, then it's forever never for Ginny. You step towards it and slide down the Chamber of Secrets. It was like rushing down an endless slimy dark slide. He could see more pipes branching off in all directions, but none as large as theirs, with twists and turns sloping steeply downwards, and he knew that he was falling deeper below the school than ever the dungeons. And then, just as he began to worry about what would happen when he hit the ground, the pipe leveled out, and he shot out the end of A wet thud, landing on the damp floor in a dark stone tunnel large enough to stand in. Lumos, you mutter. You saw it out of regret it as soon it illuminates what you're standing on. Bones. A lot of tiny bones, most likely rats. The air is so thick with moisture you can feel beads of water collecting on your skin. You take a quick look around. The green mossy brick wall surrounds you. The tunnel goes straight for a couple of meters, but then forks out. You keep your wand in mind at the ready, preparing a couple of spells that you can use if needed to arises. You need to hurry and find Ginny before it's too late. I go left, I go right. Let's go right. No, let's go left. You turn left. Right after you take a couple of steps, everything goes white with fog and looming, shadowy figure speaks in a low, groveling voice. You recognize the shadow of something you didn't even know existed, a chimera. If you wish to continue on a path, a riddle you must answer. Answer correctly, and you shall pass. Fail to do and suffer the consequences. Oh no. You're about to politely decline and whistle your way back, but the chimera starts the riddle. A rooster flies up to the top of the roof, with the wind blowing from the south. When it lays an egg, on which side of the roof will the egg roll? Tell me this. Okay, it blows from south. Neither. I don't know. I guess I'm dead, isn't I? That was hard, but you have a nagging feeling it will not be the hardest thing you have to do today. With somewhat shaking knees, you continue on. I was right. You reach an ornate brass circle door with 7 snakes interlinked. Without thinking too much, you ask for it to open, imagining the snakes coming to life. Another haze come out of you, and the door does spring to life. It scratches itself, and the snakes slither into their position, allowing for the heavy metal door to click and swing highly open. You lean your whole body weight into it and push it enough to squeeze through. You're so focused on the task at hand that you only now notice the span you stepped on. The chamber is enormous. This is the Chamber of Secrets. There are massive snake fountains, the size of Harry's hut, on each side of you. They make a straight path towards the biggest statue of them all, that of Salazar Slytherin, right at the end. The place is so echoey that every single step you take on the hard marble floor carries through the chamber and back, making it very hard to be unnoticed. As you carefully walk towards, a little shape catches your eye at the very bottom of the path. A little black silk robe and ginger hair. It's Ginny. She doesn't seem to be moving. This one was a long one. I am Lord Voldemort. Well, if it isn't the famous savior. I'm really lucky to meet you. Hope you didn't go through too much trouble finding us here. We were just having a little catch up with Miss Weasley. Although she seems to have gotten a bit too weak to carry on conversation, so about time you showed up. I was beginning to get bored. An ice-cold voice greets you, and you jump to turn around, away from Ginny, on who you were checking. Her pulse is so weak, but it's there. A handsome boy around 16 is standing near the left, neither a ghost nor truly alive either. Something close to memory. Its voice and tone not matching the young boy standing in front of you. How rude of me. He flinches for a second, as if it's this day. Tom Marvolo Riddle, but you may know me by a different name, of course. He takes his wand and traces his name in front of you. With a switch of his wand, the letter finds new places and spells out, I am Lord Voldemort. Voldemort. Well, that's just brilliant. Truly brilliant. Your mind works a mile per hour, trying to find a way to get out of this situation. The only advantage you see is that he doesn't seem to be fully himself and that you still have your wand. But no matter what you think about, it all just ends up with you dying here with Ginny. And there's no way you're leaving her behind. Let's you dance. I hope you're not too tired. Wouldn't be as fun to watch. As he turns to the central statue, reaching his one-less hand towards it and say, Open, kill them. Stir the rightful heir of Slytherin. To your complete shock, the statue in front of you moves, its mouth open, only to allow entrance to an enormous slake. It's a basilisk. Well, crap, that is true. Who are you here with? Um, well, I'm here with a rooster. Isn't that nice? That one was scary. You start sprinting desperately towards the back when the basilisk goes right for you. It's so hard not to look back, but you know their stare can kill people. This must be how the victims got petrified. None of them look directly into the basilisk's eyes, and Knocklock gazed some other way still. Damn, it's brain not the time. You panic so much that you almost feel out of your body entirely. You must do something. Then you remember the whole point of you carrying a rooster with you. But it's nighttime, and you need it to crow. How in the name of Merlin are you going to do that? 3 books. And I need to read them all before. I need to read them by Tuesday. Your brain is not really cooperating, so you just try to the first spell that pops into your mind that won't actually cause any pain to the rooster. This better be working. Rictum Sceptra, the silence. But then the rooster starts crowing. At the very moment it does, the basilisk ceases, screeches, and starts rushing back towards the entrance it came from. It doesn't quite make it there. It reaches Voldemort and falls down, face forward right where it stands. Your heart skips a beat when you think it might have crushed Ginny as an enormous scream echoes through the chamber. You soon realize that the scream belonged to Voldemort, who is fading away, but not before he locks eyes with you. It's clear that this is not the last time you'll be seeing him, but all that is irrelevant. At this moment, and you run to see Ginny. See to Ginny. As you kneel down and explain what happened to her, she's so terrified and confused, you notice that an old Tom Riddle diary has been pierced by the basilisk's fangs upon its fall. That must be where Voldemort's memory was coming from, and now that is damaged. He could not contain himself any longer. The rooster seems to have really taken a liking to you. I suppose you got in the paint. Hopefully Hedwig doesn't mind. After some adventure, you can't help but to bond. You, Hermione, and Ron would know. Enchant us and send a message asking for help getting back. True. You are made to sleep for maybe 2 or 3 days. Who's counting? A dust bowl wing before you're allowed to even think about going back to your dorm. You have many visitors. A grateful Ginny and Mr. and Mrs. Weasley, Ron, Hermione, and Dumbledore. The headmaster, after prefacing that it was extremely risky and perhaps not the brightest of ideas to go on a risky mission, tells you that you showed an insurmountable amount of courage, loyalty, and love that night. He awards you 100 house points, although winks at you and asks you not to boast about it to too many friends. He also informs you that Dobby was set free by a fanciful trick of Dumbledore's, but he doesn't specify what exactly that trick was. You just happy to hear that Dobby can finally be free of his awful master. Soon, it seems like most of the school has heard of your adventures. And while this more attention wasn't what you wanted, at least this time it's not driven by fear or speculation of you being some evil heir. You get a few apologies from students. Most smile and nod appreciate when you pass, even though who don't normally like you that much seems thankful that due to your efforts Hogwarts will be there to welcome them home next year. You, Ron, and Hermione set off to the Great Hall for the end of the feast where you laugh, celebrate, and eat your heart desires. All is well. That was it. And you will see all this, hopefully, somewhere in the future.
So, I'm ending my vlog here. I haven't read a thing this week either, so definitely need to do the 24-hour read, or not like 24, but I'll try and read as much. I mean, I have 5 books to finish. So that should be fun, but I will talk more about which books I'm finishing and reading in my 24-hour readathon vlog. It won't go up until like the second week of January. So isn't that great? But kind of planned out kind of a lot of videos. I have to see. Maybe it changes, but yeah. But I'm gonna go to bed. It's really late, and I want to get some good amount of sleep. So I will see you next time in my next video. Bye!